So this is my second part to um, not believing. You know, did I really believe? Quasi believing, like halfway in, halfway out, lukewarm, if you will, and not desirably lukewarm because I don't understand. Lukewarm because I don't understand what this is all about. Like it just seems like it's just way too much. And like I said, there was so many things when I started to think. I was like, do I really believe? Do I even really believe? And so I began to question God, the existence. Like, do you really exist? Like, whew. I remember I had been through. By the time I was 5 years old, I had already continued to actually experience so many things: rejection, molestation. I mean, really, I don't like to use the word molestation. I think it will, but it is what it is. Molestation, a type of rape or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I experienced certain things at that age, and I also experienced not having the voice that I desired to have. There's things, I was raised in a home. You tell, if somebody doing something, you tell, right? Well, I told, and I didn't, and we used to get tore up. We used to get spanking, like y'all call them. Some people call them spankings. Some people call it whippings, whippings, whatever. Some people call them beatings because we got beat. Okay. Um. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the beating part. Whoopings, beatings. Them that spank thing. I don't know where that didn't exist in my in my house. You got beat, okay? And she's saying that she's beating you. But let me pause right there because you got to know that that came from slavery. So I could say that, and you guys can look at our parents cross-eyed if you want to, and like, why in the world did you go through this and that? Yeah, really. No, let's be a little bit more merciful. We were slaves. I mean, our predecessors or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, they were slaves. Just period. And so, I had somebody calling me. Um, yeah, they were slaves and they were beat. So, monkey see, monkey do. Even if monkey don't really want to do it, monkey reacts, monkey just activates, that's what happens. So, and if so, although my mother wasn't a slave, I'm pretty close. Her mom and dad were close to slave parents, or and their parents for sure. So, you know what I'm saying? We got them stories. We have those stories. So, not to just land on that, but and I'm sorry for all the moving. But anyways, um, yeah, did I believe? Do I believe? What do I believe? Or whatever. Is this real? I mean, if whether you believe it or not, is it real? What proof do you have? That's the big thing for everybody is proof. I get it. What proof do I have? Like the reason why I'm doing this, like, okay, this is terrible. So, like, what do and if I have proof, what do I need? Your attitude just gets to like, I can have all the proof in the world, but I still feel the same way I feel. Like, this is too hard. I don't even know if I can please you like that. Like, I'm good. Let me do my thing or whatever. So I get it, guys. I get it. I've been there. I've been there. I've been there. And I'm not even coming to you perfect. I'm coming to you perfectly flawed. And I definitely understand if that's what flaw is. You know, I think compared to anything that's without any type of fault or sin or ability to fail is perfect or whatever, that is flawless. We are not that. And if that exists, then that would have to be, um, God, or a supreme being or something way more powerful than us because we just do stuff way too backwards and um, we're not that strong. We're not that powerful. We're powerful, but we're just not that powerful to be that holy on our own. There's no way. How? How do you do it? How do you do it? How do you see a situation and just not go with it because um, you know, and it's been a huge um, a huge desire of yours or something has crossed your mind to do or whatever, like how do you just not succumb to certain temptations, like really, how do we make this possible? It's a lot. It's a lot, and that's why I'm talking to you, because I do understand. I understand, but as many questions as I had, any lacks in disbelief that I've walked through for a very long time. This is one of the reasons why I kind of took a hiatus on a lot of things with ministry and stuff, because what I don't want to do is be that person that's preaching the message and I really don't believe it myself, because I feel like we have seen people fall like right in front of our faces, like fall because their faith has been altered. There's a specific pastor out there, well-known pastor, and my heart goes out to him this very day. And he is a bishop actually, which means he went through some rankings to get to where he's gotten. So there was a lot of proving that he had to do to get to where he's at right now. Like, I mean, you were approved to be a bishop. You were approved to be a pastor and overseer. Somebody seen you in delegate position accordingly because they felt that you were a good fit for it. What I wished they were able to do was like really dig into him and listen to the young man, the little boy, the man in him that was opposing um certain thought processes or opposing certain rules or guidelines or just standards, I would say. Um, he's really inwardly opposing it, no matter how holy and acceptable that he's trying to portray himself to be. I even remember our share. Like, I mean, I believe with all my heart that he had the biggest desire, even to this very day, to be whole and holy. I do believe that he's seeing a different perspective because he sees hearts. He sees hearts. I see him like I've known him forever. I identify. But when you start seeing people's hearts, sometimes your heart begins to change, and it kind of goes, or it feels like it's changing, but or actually you're going back to the origin of what you really were in the first place. You wanted to know if a person um, really is not going to heaven or whatever, because I mean they're good people. Like, these are sweet people. How do sweet people go burn somewhere? Like, how? And yeah, so but I really wish he had a real person to talk to, because um he had real questions in his mind, obviously. And then he puts his story out there, and then he's gone. I think in people's attempt to help him, like not go in the direction that he's in. I do know that he was persecuted. I know that some people were trying to actually help. Some people did turn their backs on him. Some people had to turn their backs on him, but some people, if they were being honest, were struggling just like he was. They were struggling too. Like, literally, for real. my ancestors, or my grandma, grandpa, granddaddy, mama, I seen them doing certain things. Like, did they go to hell? That's unsettling, especially when you love them so much. But here's the deal: everything that we do is individually, and we don't know. Since we don't know where these people are at right now. Like, we don't know, like, when you leave this planet, if you live in a certain way or whatever. All we have really is to go off the scriptures and tell us what's really what it is what it is. So you have to live accordingly to the best of your ability. And I do understand that that's hard. That's not easy. But then with me and not really believing as much, and having struggles with that, and naturally so, like, I understand why I even had struggles. Like, you had so many different uncertainties in life. I didn't have a custodial father in the house. I didn't have a custodial mentally sane father, and I'm like, it was so many different things. And then you have someone that's gone through a lot of mental abuse and things like that, that's trying to raise four children, physical abuse, um, just like a lot of stuff. So only so much mental she could give her kids. I wished it was better. I seen her also, in the church all my life. I mean, that's who I was with. And if I wasn't with her, it was aunties and uncles and stuff like that. But I've seen everybody struggle. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. I've seen everybody struggle, and it made me, because I'm like, y'all, wait a minute, y'all know about heaven and hell, and y'all still, we doing this? We're drinking, we're smoking, we're partying, we're doing all this stuff. I didn't understand how a person could consciously just go into something like that and know for a fact that there's a heaven and hell, especially when, like, I just didn't understand it. So it did something to me, baffled me, confused me a lot as a kid. Um, and I grew up with that. But the same type of question marks that they obviously had, I end up having them myself, because I did see people being unholy, and I was the sponge at that point. And I guess we all are. I guess they seen their parents do certain things, or siblings, or aunties and uncles, or just people on TV, or whatever the case is, whoever you seen do whatever you do, and profess to be a believer in God and Christ, with all these rules and regulations. It's like, you know, maybe I'll pass on that. I'm good. So maybe they felt that what they've gone through in their life is just way too big to serve God the way He desired to be served. Okay. So this is me trying to keep it real, and I do understand, like I said. And then at the same time, if you don't let somebody die, because if they die like that, for sure, they going to hell, according to what we believe in the scriptures. Um, so it just, I'm attached to these people. I don't want nobody burning up. Like, you wouldn't burn up when I sing you. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't burn up when I was growing up with you. I definitely don't want you burning up for all eternity. you know? So, yeah. How you deal with that? Like, is it real? Is it possible that could happen? And that's where I was at, very, very, very long time. And this is why I'm making these videos for you, because I think it's just imperative that we connect, on a different level, and that somebody hears and understands what your thoughts, what you've been thinking, or whatever. And really, you guys can comment or email me. Um, I probably have it in the description below. Um, yeah, because if you've been having struggles and stuff like that, I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear from you. And whatever answers I don't have, I'm going to try to get them. I'm about to make another video here in a little bit, and I'll get back with you. I'll see you in a minute.